Near, rip a hole in the sun. Welcome to Cum Paude. Why would you cum soft when you can cum louder? Yeah.
Welcome to Cum Laude. Cum Laude. Oh, baby, we're back here for the 2.9 edition of the Cum Paude pod. Baby, we got a good show in store for you tonight, this morning, while you're getting some time away from your kids on the shit. We're here for you, baby. This is the content that you like and subscribe for. And man, we are excited to be here. I am joined by my co-host, Dame Judy Dench, the Firmalicious Extraordinaire, the amphibious Artemis, the man that you all know and love, my baby broski. Cue that music, DJ, because I think he's got something to say in just a second. Fermi, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Pouty, hey. We're back here again. We're at week 7. We're ready to go. We got a clear-cut leader here at 6-0. Can they keep it going? I'm not so sure about that. I think they're probably going to finish the season 3 and 5 here if you look at the strength of schedule. But that is for Nick's picks to be predicting going forward. We've got a little bit of a tighter, shorter show here tonight. Do some time constraints to get all of this recorded before some out of townage this weekend. But we want to bring it to you early. Hopefully, get it to you Friday morning is what you're doing, watching it now. Maybe you save it until Sunday to get you hyped up for those 1 o'clock games. But it'll be available to you a little bit sooner than later in the week. But let's jump right in. I think we're going to go Arrivederci Keela Turds fast 7 minutes, maybe even keep it on 7 minutes this time, and go ahead and cue that music. Let's go. We had the Dame Judy Denches at the Brian's tight ends, who are now the best name in the league, the Jumbo Nears. Judy was favored by 5.5 going into this, drops it big time, 87-57, the worst teams in the league going at it, $100 in the line, and Brian makes his statement here against the Judy saying, that's my $100. Once again, as predicted, left my broken heart open, and it ripped it out. Another injury-ridden week for Fern. Deebo Samuel goes down early in the game. McCaffrey gets hurt, and that just leaves Brock Purdy to not put up any kind of points at all. And here's the results, 87-57. No standouts for either team, really, except for the Chiefs D getting 14 points. Only other player to get more points was the quarterback for the tight ends. But the tight ends are actively making moves. Everybody got to meet tight ends on the interview last session, and we learned that understanding Dynasty now. So keep your eyes open for some trades, trying to get some draft picks out there. Glad to see it. Tight ends, good win. Weeniers, I'll see you in week 14. Moving right along, John Wilkes Tooth going against the Scrotums. Scrotums were favored by 9.5. And the Scrotums do get that win 104-86. Even without Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill comes and saves the day, along with Justin Tucker's boner, getting quite a few kicks there in the Ravens game to get the victory. Big game from Kieran Williams, but loses him in the process, so Wilkes Tooth might have to scrap around to get some more running back help in there to try to save the season. We're going to keep on going to the La Porta Parties against the Cum Sales. The cannot beat the Cum Sales. Cum Sales, dogs by 15.5, and the Cums come up and win another game, 80-74. Can't stop this Cum train. Ritter, surprise showing, a barely knower, getting some good points out there, and maybe Cum Sale becomes a buyer. We're looking strong there with the Cum and getting some playoff hopes, and maybe try to make a crazy Cinderella story out of nowhere kind of run. Justin Fields was the real difference maker here. Getting injured, putting up very few points would have been the difference, most likely. Only losing by 6 points, really tough loss here for the Porta Pots. See what they do next week. Jared Goff has been doing great for him, but see what happens there with Fields, see what this team can continue moving forward with. Then we move on to a big, heavy battle here between the champs, Medusa, and the Hamfists, who just keep getting people's good weeks, and it happened yet again. This was a moneyline pick'em. Medusa's ended up winning 133-112. He doesn't need no stinking McCaffrey. He's got help from other places. Kendrick Bourne, of all people, putting up a really solid outing across the board. good things going. And then the extra point master of last year rather, Brett Maher, putting up some big points with that kick and leg. Medusa's gets plenty of points, enough to beat the Hamfists, who got solid production throughout. Another tough loss for them, getting 112. That's showing that it's not going to be enough to win the tough games here. Weak outing from Josh Allen, but we'll see for the bounce back there. Hammy's looking to get another win this upcoming week. I think he should be good, but living in the cellar there with one win. Moving on to ESPN versus Beth's Healthy Twins, the 5-0 team going against a surprise ESPN group. Twins were only favored by 7.5 and only win by 6. So ESPN scraping together some solid weeks, putting up the points, getting Cooper Kupp back, and instantly showing a difference there with Cooper Kupp with receptions and overall yardage. Kupp and Thielen, who knew that would be the 1-2 duo, but this team is making it happen. They lose David Montgomery in this game, and that could have been really the difference of Healthy Twins getting their first loss, but injuries happen, I would know, and end up losing by 6. Kirk Cousins clearly missing Justin Jefferson this week, but it's all right. Raheem Mostert is still alive. How in 6 weeks has this person put up so many points and not gotten injured? Sorry if that was the kiss of death for you, but it's just fate with a 31-year-old injury-prone running back. But, hey, Mostert's carrying this team. Let's see if Healthy Twins can keep on running, keep undefeated going into the next week, 6-0 following this past week. Then we go to the brother battle. Give me Flowers at the Hot July Pies. The Flowers were favored by 9.5 and cannot cover that. The Hot July Pies went outright 128-101. Etienne, Herbert, and those Falcons boys coming to play yet again. Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Is Pitts finally back from that awesome rookie season? Has just been awful for the longest time, stringing together 2 good back-to-back weeks, and that's really going to help this team out big time. They've got some great depth at the running back position that we've talked about all year long. It seems to go up and down. Jahmyr Gibbs should be getting healthy again to get into that lineup, so look for the July Pies to just keep pushing it forward. Big letdowns on the Flower side from D-Hop, and Devonta Smith is in a good slump right now. And, you know, Lamar's being Lamar and got the potential to put up huge points, just wasn't enough this week. Saquon is back for this Flowers team, so hopefully that'll be the charge to get them back into the win column coming up in week 7. Final game of the week, we've got the Taint Parties going against Big Dak Energy. Big Dak was favored by 8.5. Wow, Taint needed a heck of a lot more points than that. Big Dax comes away with the win, 151-92, is an absolute throwdown. This is the 3rd week of the season that Big Dax claims the most points in the week prize, and they've been up there several other weeks. Great games all around from Tua, AJ, Amon-Ra, huge game. Brees Hall is showing that they're back this week. Man, the owner who drafted them first overall is probably really feeling the pain there right now, considering all is all. And you know, Big Dax, that scary team that we've been talking about with so much depth at wide receiver, at running back, they're showing that they're going to be a tough team to beat. You're going to have to catch them in an off week to get the win. They're going to keep on powering forward. They're going to be having people available for bye weeks. So team to beat, even though in the standings they're not number one, they're charging hard right now with their 4th straight victory. The Taint Party is another letdown from their studs. This team looks on paper like they should just be crushing people. Tony Pollard does get a bounce back week, but Eckler returning from injury is a bust. Devontae can't get it going, and there's a quarterback conundrum week in and week out right now. Which one do you start, Jordan Love, or do you start Geno Smith? It's a tough call each week, and hopefully Taint Party can figure out which one to start. They might have a little bit of a cupcake week coming up right now, going against the Dame Judy's, who's proud of that 59 points from last week, but we're going to give them a run. So Big Dak gets the win, 151-92. 3rd week total points, 4 in a row, team to beat. We're going to take it now over to Bluto Ploopsicle, who's going to go through Nick's picks. They were 3-4 last week against the spread, 23-18 overall against the spread this year. Let's take a look at the week 7 prospectus. Hit it, Bluto.
Oh, Fermi, baby, taking us through last week. Little bit of a down week, though. You know, we're hovering around even. You've got to build in some room for some slight variance here. with our Knicks picks, but the Knicks picks, baby, coming back with week 5, perfect record, guaranteed. Go ahead and lock it up, take it to the bank. Go ahead and talk to the bookkeepers. Tell them, hey, look, I want this. I want this in a parlay. And I tell you what, I'll give you even favorable numbers because I know it's going to hit. We're going to have an undefeated week this week. Looking at the week 5 prospectus. Oh, shit. That ain't week 5. What the fuck am I looking at? There it is. All right, looking at the prospectus heading into to this week. We got the hot July pies at the Cum Sale. This is a matchup we've been looking for, baby. We got two teams who like to talk some shit, two teams who like to maybe leave everybody questioning about exactly what the ulterior motive is here. Are they just trying to build a franchise that sells tickets, puts butts in seats, charges exorbitant amounts for concessions and glizzies? Or are they trying to build a championship team? And the July pies and the Cum Sale, they always leave everybody guessing. But at this case, baby, we're jockeying for position. These are old-time rivals going all the way back until the early 2000s. The pies are given 10 at the Cum Sale, 4-2 squad, the surprise squad of the year, one that has underperformed yet somehow over-delivered. And, baby, for the first time, I think this year, we ain't betting against ourselves. The Cum Sale is going to cover the 10-point spread. Pow! Sprinkle a little on the money line there for the Cum Sale. We got Wilkes Tooth heading to the Porta Potties. Tooth laying 16. Lot against the Porta Potties, who really are a good team and just for some reason haven't been able to put it together this year. Quite honestly, I think this is a week where they figure out how to get that done and put themselves right back in the heart of playoff contention. 16 points is way too much on the road. Give me the home dog, the Porta Potties. Lock it up. The Scrotums at the Medusas. Scrotum's talking some big shit, and they want to take down the champ. The Medusas are not necessarily the powerhouse that maybe they were at the end of last season, but man, I think bar none, most feared team in the league, and they've earned that right. They are good. They're laying 9 points at the Scrotums, and despite the Scrotums threatening to really take down the champ, I think the Medusas at home get it done. Medusa's giving 9. Lock it up. We got the Flowers, our preseason darling, the team I still love at the old Jumbo Wieners, Brian's team. The Flowers laying 22, the fuck, on the road. Get out of here. We love the Flowers, but baby, you ain't going into Brian's house and pushing him around. Flowers laying 22, way too many points. Not hitting the money line. Sorry, can't sprinkle it. But, baby, give me Brian in the 22. Lock it up. Judy and the Taint Party. Dame Judy Dench, my esteemed co-host at the Taint Party. Dame Judy is at a crossroads. It's a rough place to be, and he's trying to figure out where he needs to be, and this is one of those games that is going to make all the difference. What is Dame Judy going to do? Taints are laying 11, and I'll be honest with you, I am of the impression that perhaps Dame Judy is going to just elongate his crossroads somehow. And I don't know exactly what that means for him, what that means for his program, but the Judy is going to make this time at the crossroads trying to figure out what deals he can make with El Diablo a little bit longer by covering this spread, still losing, not hitting the money line, but Dame Judy, my co-host, lock it up, and Big Deck Energy at Best Healthy Twins, our fan favorite Best Healthy Twins, and somebody who may be a guest on next week's Paude, getting 12.5 points at home. Give me the home dog, baby. The team that does nothing but win. Lock it up for the Healthy Twins. Well, while we're waiting on that, Fermi, What do you think's going on, man? What do you think about Nick's picks this week? 23-18 against the spread so far. You riding with Nick's picks with our undefeated week this week?
Some good matchups. I'm excited to see what happens. Some more shakeout in the standings for sure. We're getting some clearer ideas of who the teams to beat are going to be. Let's run through that real quick. We'll put it up on the board here. The standings, as we've mentioned, Healthy Twins goes to 6-0. The Medusas, former champs, 5-1. Then we got Big Dak, Gimme Flowers, and dare I say it, the Come Sale at 4-2. Two teams sitting right at 500. July Pies, a little bit of a surprise with ESPN sitting there at 3-3. See if they can keep rolling with that Thielen and Cooper Cup connection. Then we've got the rest of the league sitting under 500, 2-4. We got the Scrotums, the Potties, the Taint Party, the Tight Ends, the Wilkes Tooth, the Dame Judies, all at 2-4. We'll see that this week getting shaken up a little bit. And then down in the cellar, 1-5, the Ham Stars. I wonder if somebody predicted at the beginning of this season that team might go 5-9. I wonder who might have done that. I wonder if somebody's got their picture hanging up in their home office. Sorry, Ham Stars, you've been putting it out there. You've been getting teams best. You're sitting at 1-5. I'm seeing you bounce back this week. Going to get up there to 2-5, and I think you're going to join your favorite owner in the league, Dame Judy's, there in the 2-5 column. That's what we've got here. It's looking great. Having fun out here. Seeing a lot of trade movement going on. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit. Maybe we can talk about who should be making moves now, who should be holding, who should be planning for next year already. What do you think? You think we can talk about that a little bit? Hit us.
All right, then. Hey, man, look, right there with you, and I appreciate the commentary. We've got a few other things, though, that I want to touch on right before we leave out here, since we don't have a esteemed guest this week. I want to take a quick scan through the standings here, as you're able to see here on the screen share. And we've got this log jam of teams between 2 and 4 wins. I mean, it is a massive portion of our league. There are only 3 teams not in that section, which means, quite honestly, everybody is in contention for a playoff spot, because, as we all know, it's Hammy Time is one of the most prolific scoring offenses in all of the league. Them being at the bottom, quite frankly, leaves all 14 teams in play, which puts us in a situation where, God damn, we're going to have to see some trades. So let's take a quick look here at some of our squads that I think are going to be the most likely to be making trades. We're going to start here with the All Hail ESPN squad, the 4-letter network. We've got David Montgomery, who's proven to be an amazing asset, but is struggling to stay healthy. And then, hubba what? Damian Williams, I think there's a possibility that he's heading back to the practice squad. We've got Braxton Berrios in a starting lineup, along with a couple of rookie wide receivers. Part of that is because of bye weeks, but honestly, if you take a quick look at this, there's not a lot of depth here. If this team is a team that thinks they still have a chance to make the playoffs, I would imagine they will almost immediately be making trades to make that happen. Is this a time to see Patrick Mahomes on the move? I don't know. But are there some other assets that teams may want to acquire? And Adam Thielen, who's having a great season. And then, of course, some other assets like Cooper Cup, who's now back to health. Let's take a look at another team that is certainly jockeying for position, known as probably the tightest trader in our league, the seamstress, Ron Sword, looking with a decent team, but certainly needs some running back help. Alex Madison isn't really turning out to be the guy that we thought he'd be. In Javonte, well, he's been healthy-ish, but not really necessarily banging his hips and thighs into shit. Who the fuck knows what he's got going on? But it certainly does not seem like a dude that is playing at his top capacity. Najee Harris obviously is just proving to be a dude who's about our age and played too long in college and is good, but not great. Was able to make the major free agent pickup here with DeMarcado. But is that enough to get him to where he wants to be, or do we see him selling off potentially some of these assets? Skeet, goddamn, down here, Elijah Moore, guys that are not necessarily cracking the starting lineup right now, but may be valuable to other teams. the Lordy Taint Party, one of our most active trade deadline members here with a very solid squad. Alvin Kamara getting healthy. Needs some help at the tight end position. Seems to be okay at wide receiver, but maybe wants to upgrade a little bit. Getting Pokemon Man back off of the IR is huge for him, but a man who's always pretty much willing to make a deal. And then, of course, to go back to the top of the league here and take a look at Tommy, big Dak energy, the guy who's got a team here who is ready to win, but maybe is just missing that one little piece that could launch them to the top of the league. Is it a tight end upgrade? Perhaps. We've got Dak and Tua. I mean, two starting quarterbacks and potentially some leverage there and what he could be able to trade. Baby, we're looking at some powerful trades here as we head towards the deadline, as we head towards this playoff time, because every fucking buddy is still alive as we head into week 7. And god damn, I love that. This is exactly what we have always wanted. So Fermi, I've laid something down there. Maybe you've got some trade cooking of your own. Maybe this is something that you're working on. Didn't call you out singularly, but I know you're always working on some stuff. Buddy, it's been a great Pow Day, and I can't wait to get back into some interviews next week. And, well, hell, I got some college football weekday games to watch. So, say goodnight, Fermi.
Good night, Firm.
Thank you for listening to the official podcast of the Public Honors College Fantasy Football League. Coom quickly, coom often, and coom loud.